Greg, you got it.
This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony.
Boys, nice night.
The fan. A year ago, they each gained a victory at home, but couldn't secure a win on the road.
In their meetings last year, they split the season series. Happens a fair amount between teams from the East and West.
You know, when you only see a team twice a year, Greg, it's hard to really get a good understanding of who they are, a good feel for them. Oftentimes, that can lead to a series split.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for the Knicks, Richardson is out there with Clarkson. Then there's Lance Thomas. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Jordan in the pivot spot manning the middle. So it's Richardson with the jam.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
And guys, remember, LaMarcus Aldridge last January suffering a torn ligament in his thumb, scheduled to undergo surgery and miss 2 months of the season. But he opted to tough it out and keep playing. And boy, how big was that for the Blazers?
And here's Clarkson following T.J. Warren's three. And that one good from Clarkson.
It is so hard to contain. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
Warren kicks to Monroe. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for two. The Knicks have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Now, here's Clarkson, guarded by Walker. Jordan the pass to Aldridge. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
Beal's shot is good.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Now, here's Clarkson. Not a lot of room. Aldridge with a screen on Walker. Clarkson kicks to Aldridge. Aldridge can't get that one to fall. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter.
Oh, he knows that one should have gone in. That hurts.
And stolen by Jordan. The feed now to Richardson. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. Pushing two. Really one of the nicer buildings in the NBA, right downtown. Clark, this home of the Pelicans, across from the Superdome.
Kevin, you're always worried about how close we are to Bourbon Street when we come here, man. But yeah, this was a fortress for the Pelicans last season as they won some big games here for sure.
And you talk about the big wins here for the Pelicans last year. How about they beat the Warriors late in the year, which was huge to get into the postseason, as well as the Spurs on that final day to fight their way into that 8th spot.
New Orleans has gone 2-2 from three-point range here in the first quarter.
And, you know, the Pelicans ended 28-13 here last season. A 6-win improvement for them from the season before. They can be a scary team when this place is jumping.
And a new group in for the Knicks. Ezeli's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Nance comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Thomas. And it's Rush in for Rich Woo. Nasty. Absolutely filthy.
And the building is stunned, partner. He goes deep into his bag.
I tell you what, I hope he keeps that one handy. I want to see that one again.
So for the Knicks, Thomas comes in for Kent Bazemore. And Curry subbed in for Jordan Clarkson. Monroe wide open. Shot is no good. So New York will take it the other way. Here's Rush, defended by Ilyasova. Curry a screen on Ilyasova. Beal with the steal. And now the Pelicans on the break. Walker's running. It's stolen by Nance. To the inside. Here's Thomas. And that's a foul called on Bradley Beal. That is his first foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money. And Greg Monroe really has had a good young career despite playing out of position for much of it. He has the size and skill set of an agile center, but was made to play power forward in Detroit once they drafted Andre Drummond, and that took some getting used to.
We're talking about Greg Monroe, and Greg, you gave us a nice little synopsis. He doesn't have, Clark, the long-range jumper teams are now asking out of that position in this day and age in the NBA.
Yeah, more teams want that stretch power forward. He's not super athletic. Where he does his greatest damage is in the painted area. There's still value in that.
And again, New Orleans has no luck. Curry dishes to Ezeli. Back to Curry. Count the bucket. Curry's got his first points of the night.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
I tell you what, post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
He dishes it to Ezeli. Pass to Rush. New York moving the ball around. And the basket good.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Now here's Curry. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
There's Walker with the three. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Knicks out front, up 7. On New Orleans, back in a moment. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
Guys, their penetration has been outstanding. I mean, it's actually been great. They're really finding those holes in the defense.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight. And that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Here are the five New York has to start here in the second. Aldridge out there with Thomas. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. Then it's Richardson. And it's Jordan in the foul. One-on-one fast break. And there's the whistle called a clear path foul there. Yep. And he'll shoot two at the line. The Pelicans have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
For Bayless, it was his 16 in 7 years last season. A good utility combo guard to have. He can score, he can make plays for others. He's really defined his role in this league.
I mean, the Knicks were bad last year, and it became evident early on as the season grew older, more and more of their national coverage teams were being pulled.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. For the Knicks, losing a lot of nationally televised games, too. It seemed like every time they were around, they were losing. It might have been a blessing in disguise.
Well, I hope they look at it in a positive vein. Development there in New York also allowed them to shut down Melo for the season.
And New York outside Aldridge. Kept alive by New York. Goes back up. Richardson, no luck.
Excellent, really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
From deep three-point range, Smith drives in. Plenty of space. Bayless's shot is off. Here's Bazemore. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
And really something that the defense has to address.
Richardson with it. Guarded now by Patrick Patterson.
He is one guy you do not stand in the way of when he decides to attack the rim.
Now, here's Clarkson. He's tightly guarded. Outside Aldridge. He kicks to Clarkson. Back to Aldridge. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. But instead, he'll shoot free throws. That's on Patrick Patterson.
He gets right to the rim, but the defense there to deter.
I really like that he didn't shy away from the contact at all. I mean, he was determined to get to the basket no matter who was offering the resistance.
Bayless's shot is off. New York comes into this one following a loss to the Grizzlies of Memphis. Clarkson with the ball. Jordan the screen. For 3, Richardson does not find the basket. It's their miss. He's made just 1 so far. Hit his leg. And the refs whistling a kick ball.
And guys, something new for the NBA is the HGH testing that's been put in place. It's something the league hasn't had too many issues with or even accusations, but better to stamp it out early. And hard to argue that it should be in place.
Clarkson kicks to Jordan. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
Ah, that's bringing it down hard. Clark
Yes,
bringing it down hard.
Yes, sir.
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
Clearly, he's not pleased with all the looks they've given up on the inside, and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
Yeah, and I think he's going to let them know about it. I mean, they're playing some soft interior defense, and you can't win that way. That's a recipe for disaster if you're not going to play with some physicality inside.
Bazemore dishes to Azili.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
And for Festus Ezeli, came in as an extremely raw prospect a couple of years back. Late first-round draft pick. His minutes were down actually last season, but his production was decidedly up.
Yeah, he went from 44 to 55% on field goals, from 53 to 63% on free throws. A testament to how much effort he's putting into developing that shooting stroke.
They set the pick to the left side wing. Curry passes to Nance. Just 5 on the clock. New York needs to get off a shot.
Heads-up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Pelicans trailed by 10. And Bayless kicks to Smith. No good. Nance with some nice D.
And, you know, going back to Azita, impressive physically. 7'6" wingspan, 5% body fat. If his skill set ever catches up with his natural gift, watch out. Watch out.
And a footnote to Ezeli. One of his college administrators raved about his intelligence. He cited Ezeli's broad perspective on world trade, globalization. And I tell you what, if Ezeli keeps improving, he'll soon be a serious benefactor of the economics of American sports. Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Out of bounds, New York takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
We've got 1:28 left to play in the first half. Now here's Curry. He's covered closely. And stolen by Patterson. Pass to Dunleavy. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. Watching Mike Dunleavy Jr., he's simply the mark of consistency. We know he's in his mid-30s, but you know exactly what you're going to get out of him every season. I think Tom Thibodeau, last year's Chicago coach, really admired that and loved it.
It's so funny watching Mike Dunleavy Jr. play. I remember when his dad coached me when I was with Portland, and he was a little kid running around, and all of a sudden he's become this great NBA player. But you're right, though. He's made himself into a valuable asset in terms of the role he's been given for the Bulls.
For New Orleans, their last game a loss to the Rockets. Here's Bayless. And again, New Orleans has no luck. On the wing, Nance. Kicks to Rush. Looking for Nance, and he gets it there. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Nance has got his first bucket of the night.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
So New York going with almost an entire new group here. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Ezeli. Aldridge comes in for Larry Nance. Jason Richardson, Kent Bazemore. Richardson, good.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Left side, Thomas. 1 second left. And again, it's New York.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
And so we wrap up the first half. Knicks lead by 15. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third.
And what a tremendous game for Thomas. He's got 11 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
And Clark, I'm sure that won't be the last one. A lot of times he can get hot and stay hot from beyond.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. Last year, the Pelicans, Greg, pushed their way into the postseason. It was a neck-and-neck battle for that number 8 spot, as you recall, with the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And how about the excitement down the stretch? They were able to edge out the Thunder and Russell Westbrook on that just point binge down the stretch there. And what a final day that was. A big, huge win over the Spurs let them get into the postseason for the first time under the Pelican moniker.
They've got Warren. Monroe is out there with Ilyasova. And there's Kemba Walker. And it's Beal in at the 2 spot. That's Alvin Gentry's 5 as we get into the second half.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Thomas dishes to Aldridge. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Aldridge has got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for New York.
And as you said, I mean, New Orleans made the playoffs for the first time under the name Pelicans. Unfortunately for them, they ran into the Warriors in the first round and were promptly swept away.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And thinking back to the Pelicans playoffs from last year, let a 20-point lead slip away in that fourth quarter of Game 3. But they played better than a sweep and got valuable postseason experience for that young roster.
One thing about Greg Monroe, he is a highly skilled big.
He really is. I love the fact that he can do so much. He can post you up. He can pop out and knock down the 15-footer. He's an outstanding passer. And at his size, those are skills that have served him and his teams well. He is yet to get into the flow of this game. His teammates have done their part, but they need him to pick his game up.
The Knicks leading by 16. Richardson with it. Now Monroe defending. And again, it's LaMarcus Aldridge.
Timeout.
Aldridge has got 6.
And getting back to Greg Monroe, guys, he made some subtle strides last season. Best rebounding average of his career, up to 75% on his free throws. And how about this little nugget? Not one three-point attempt last season. That tells you.
Off target at the rim.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
And you know, with some people, they'll always find something wrong with Monroe's game. He'll never make the all-defensive team. He kind of looks like he's playing at half speed, but he produces, and he does it within the team compound.
Walker's shot is off.
You know, guys, if he does his work early, he knows when he gets in a good position, his size gives him a big edge on the glass.
Lets it go with the 3. Kept alive. Aldridge kicks to Thomas. Outside Jordan. Inside. Here's Clarkson. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Clarkson's got 6.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And, Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Richardson for 3. Ilyasova comes up with the rebound. Ilyasova's got 4 rebounds in this game. Beal's shot is good.
Boy, just an excellent assist. Nice work from Kemba Walker.
And here's Clarkson. He has 6. Aldridge with a screen on Walker. And it's blocked. Feeds to Monroe. Ball's knocked loose. And stolen by Jordan. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Stolen by Monroe. And oh, here we go. Warren's got it. The fast break chance. It's blocked.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Knicks.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shot.
But also, they put the offense on its heel. Look at the number of steals they've been able to get. And that's something they also can take great pride in.
And for LaMarcus Aldridge, always praised for his terrific shooting, his rebounding, as we know, Greg, has always been fantastic. Over the past 2 seasons, he's averaged double-digit boards.
And that's why so many teams wanted him in this last free agency period. His ability to put points on the board as well as clean the boards. What a deadly combination.
Passes it to Clarkson. There's the triple. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
They've stepped up their three-point shooting game in the second half. They're letting it fly out there with reckless abandon.
Not lacking in confidence, and I really like that. Sometimes you see teams get conservative once they get a lead, playing not to lose.
Outside Aldridge. Gets hauled in by Ilyasova. Ilyasova's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. Great opportunity for a three-point play. For New Orleans, they have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11. For the New York Knicks, they come in off the loss to Memphis. Outside Curry. In the corner, Rush with it. 3 seconds left.
Showcasing his skills with that slam.
He knows how to put the exclamation point on those, doesn't he? And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. New York ahead, up 19. On New Orleans, back in a moment. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. And New York, looking at who they've got. Thomas is out there with Larry Nance. And it's Rush. Then there's Festus Ezeli. And it's Curry in at point guard. That free throw good from Patterson.
And what Patrick Patterson gives you guys is solid all-around play. He can help you in a lot of areas. High basketball IQ, high character, understands his role, knows his limitations, and stays within himself.
Curry by 19.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. And going back to Patterson for just a moment, he's been lauded for his mature approach. Ever since high school in West Virginia, he was involved in a highly publicized recruiting battle between Florida and Kentucky, ultimately choosing the latter.
Yeah, and you know, the part of his game, Kevin, that he's really worked on is his ability to face up and shoot. Really starting to evolve into a guy that can space the floor, that space 4. And when he's hitting that jumper at a high percentage, I think his value to the team goes up exponentially. Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Pelicans trailed by 19. Bayless the pass to Smith. Dunleavy for 3, but they recover it. Smith dishes to Patterson. The pass to Bayless. Offensive rebound. Clark kicks to Bayless. That's a 2 from Smith. Misses off the left iron.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
There's the pick. Curry kicks to Ezeli. And Thomas has it in the corner. Shot clock at 5. Good on the triple.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game. Listen, they had a hard time scoring last year. Just lacked any real presence in the paint. And lacking that paint threat makes things easier for the opposing defense.
A platoon swap here for New Orleans. For New Orleans, they've gone 0 of 6 in the fourth quarter. Disastrous start to the period. And he gets the bucket.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
Now, here's Clarkson, guarded by Walker. Ilyasova against Aldridge. Down low, here's Clarkson. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
Got a piece of it.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
To the paint. And that one good from Clarkson. Clarkson's got 4 points this quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Shots good by Walker. The Knicks leading by 22. Here's Clarkson. Rejected by Walker. Now the dish to Warren. Jacks up a 3.
Not good shot selection. Long range and a defender all up in your jersey.
And, you know, that's just the kind of defensive work he's known for. I mean, he can take that shot away from you and does it more times than not.
Walker the pass to Beal. Monroe sets a screen for Beal. And the jam by Greg Monroe.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Deb, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
And Bazemore kicks to Richardson. Jordan inside, covered by Monroe. And Jordan gets it to go. Pelicans shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them. Ilyasova. And he gets it to go. Ilyasova's got 4 this quarter.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Walker dishes to Warren. Will not go. This is off the front iron. New York leading by 20.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Knicks.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance, Clark. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Yeah, and Greg, when it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
Jordan the screen. Clarkson kicks to Jordan. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Well, guys, they came in here and really took charge from the opening tip. This is such a tough thing to do for a visiting team. This contest was played on their terms.
And, you know, that's not the way it usually works in the NBA. It's going to be a great win, and you know it's going to be a happy plane ride out of here for sure.
The drive by Aldridge. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
And they're not finished just yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, not taking any chances, Greg. This is how you close a game out. Textbook.
And it's Monroe finishing it off.
And that's how you answer. I'd say he just one-upped him. Pretty good one there.
These two guys really, really like going at each other, don't they?
that everybody here can easily understand.
On this week's episode of NBA 2K TV, we hit the court with Dwight Howard.
Oh, game.